Welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to prepare a meal that I make, especially in the colder months of the year. It has to be one of my children's favourites, and I would like to take this opportunity to dedicate this episode not only to them, but also remembering the late and great Keith Floyd, who was a culinary inspiration to me in my earlier days, and a chap that I was lucky enough to meet 3 times. Firstly, let's take a look through today's ingredients. 1 turkey drumstick, 1 leek rich in flavonoids, 1 carrot containing calcium and vitamin K, 1 potato with its fibre content, B vitamins and potassium. The starch content also helps to thicken the broth. 1 parsnip containing vitamin C helps to add sweetness. 100 grams of spinach, rich in iron and also with vitamins C and E. Roughly 60 grams of frozen peas, which have high levels of fibre and protein. Egg noodles, where I normally use 2 or 3 nests depending on the thickness, which is roughly around 80 grams or so. And finally 2 litres of chicken stock. I'm using a shop-bought organic version today for convenience, but creating your own from a chicken carcass with suitable vegetable seasoning is the other option. For a vegetarian version, you can naturally use vegetable stock and replace the turkey with, 3 field mushrooms. I've also used pearl barley in the past, but the children prefer noodles, so there we go. Firstly, season your turkey with salt and pepper before placing it into an oven dish and roasting for around 90 minutes on gas mark 5 or 190 degrees. I tend to cover it in foil for the first hour or so to prevent it from drying out too much, but that's not essential. Then, whilst the turkey is cooking, you can get all the rest of the preparation done for this pretty much one hot dish. Finally, chop your leeks, and then again for convenience, I blanch these in a microwave in a little bit of water for say 2 minutes. Then grate the potato, parsnip and carrot, repeating the blanching process. Then, with your stock prepared, you can add the initial ingredients to allow the flavours to infuse. Now, you can cook the noodles or pearl barley if you prefer, in readiness for the final dish later on. Leave these in a separate place until serving. I tend to break the noodles up into fine pieces. Once the turkey is cooked, allow it to rest for a good 20 to 30 minutes, which will allow it not to only cool down, but to soften too, before you remove the meat into bite-sized pieces. It is important to do this whilst the turkey is quite warm, as the meat will remain softer, otherwise it will tighten up when it's left to go cold. Now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. The turkey meat, spinach and peas. Be sure to season the pot with a good amount of black pepper too, but you won't need to add any extra salt as the stock will be salty enough. Now simmer the contents on a gentle heat for 20 to 30 minutes, which will allow all the flavours to combine. Finally, ladle out the contents into a large serving bowl, adding the noodles as required. I add the noodles at the last minute, as otherwise they can soak up some of the stock, which reduces the liquid content of the dish. And there we have it, turkey noodles for a cold and damp winter's day. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward and came in at a little over £8, meaning it will serve comfortably 6 people for under £1.50 per person. So, thank you for tuning in. I do hope to hear from the TV food producers sometime soon, and I'm out on the road again next week as well. So until then, bye for now.